Where have I been? It's an interesting question. Um, it's also a confusing question because most of you would look at it and be like, you've been here or there, or you've been here the whole time. Um, which is kind of true because we've had Fall Bible Focus um, come out the past few weeks every night, Monday through Friday, without any hitches. Um, And as you will see, I don't know when this is going up Monday, but as you'll see, week 3 is starting out already. So, with the question of where have I been, it's a confusing one. Um, Not including yesterday's videos, the last time I truly uploaded content was Wednesday, September 23rd. So between Wednesday, September 23rd, and yesterday, Sunday, October 4th, there was no videos that I uploaded. And when I say I uploaded, I mean ones that were not pre-done prior to that timeline. Because with Fall Bible Focus, all that's preset. All that is ready. I had Elizabeth, uh, one of the members of our church and our you know resident tech expert too. She was gracious enough to edit and upload and schedule some of the videos for that too. So all that is being done in the background. Me myself, the last video I uploaded was September 23rd, and that's also pre-done because I was on vacation that week. So I haven't scheduled any videos since probably Friday the 8th, September 18th. So the question of where have I been is valid because, as you saw, there was no uh, core video, the word video, whatever it's called, um, on the 30th. There was no Friday Fun stuff. There wasn't any Friday Fun stuff the 25th or October 2nd. There was no Sunday School on the 27th. So that is 4 straight days of missing content that I didn't communicate out. Why? And again, that leads to the question, where have I been? Um, to put it bluntly and broadly to start with, and then we'll dive into it some more. Um, Life just got in the way. It happens, and it did. And when life got in the way, during that period, and I'm going to refer to that period a couple times. So when I refer to that period, I'm talking about Wednesday the 23rd through August 4th. I just want to make sure that's clear. Um, so when it came to that period, life just kind of body checked me. I mean, it really just knocked me to the ground, took the breath away, and had me in a sleeper hold pretty much. And am I gonna say I'm better now? Yes, I am. I am in a better place. I'm not 100% better, but I am in a better place than I was during this period. Um, so the answer to where have I been comes in two parts. I'm going to talk about why there was no Friday Fun and Sunday School on the 25th and the 27th first, and then I will explain why there was no uh, the word and fun stuff on the 30th and the 2nd. So first, why was there no where? Let's ask it this way: where was I with the Fun Friday and Sunday School on the 25th and 27th? So for those that don't know, I was going on vacation the week of the week of the 21st, and I was in this mode to where I was actually a week ahead of videos, so I was prepped perfectly, and I was going to write it. And as I started writing the Sunday school lesson, which was on grief, I just couldn't get any conducive thoughts together. Nothing was flowing. Nothing was making sense. I couldn't figure out a way to use the scripture that I had picked out in a way that I could tell a story and teach all at the same time, and it just wasn't making any sense to me. So I was holding myself back from that. But with the Friday Fun stuff, um, well, the reason there was no Sunday school will lead into this, but the Friday Fun stuff, I wanted to kind of be transparent up front. To be honest, the last few Friday Fun videos, I've just not been having fun with them. Ironically, they just haven't been fulfilling. I think is a better word for them. And in the midst of all this prep and everything, um, I didn't want a game anymore. I just wasn't feeling it, and trying to consistently come up with creative content that is both entertaining and engaging for you guys just was not the easiest thing to do. So I thought it would have been the perfect time for a sit down. I had thought about doing one anyways. I was gonna do one actually at the beginning of September, but I didn't for whatever reason. I can't remember now. But I decided, okay, I'll do a sit down. I was going to talk about the grief I felt with not having Core and Wednesday Night Live start at the same time, or start on time in Core, Sunday School, Wednesday Night Live, all that. And I thought, oh, okay, cool, grief. Um, what I'll do is I'll take some of the scriptures I had for the grief Sunday school lesson, and I'll merge it with the Friday sit down, and then we'll kind of just do a dual video for it. I thought, oh, okay, cool. And I actually did record it. And after I recorded it, though, I was just like, this doesn't look good. It doesn't sound good. I don't know if it was more so the mood I was in, or if I was just being hypercritical of myself, or I don't know what it was, but I was like, eh, this isn't going to go. So I scrapped it. So instead of trying to kind of run around and put something together, I was just like, you know what? I'm going on vacation. And I did go with, well, Fall Bible Focus is coming up every week or every day that week. I'm not going to worry too much about not having content. So I scrapped it, but again, I didn't communicate that to you guys. And I apologize for that. Now, where was I when there was no core video on Wednesday the 30th and no fun stuff video on the 2nd? This is where the part where just life got in the way comes into a fuller effect. Um, I want to kind of watch what I say here because, you know, most of you that know me know I'm as transparent as I can be. But part of me doesn't want to overshare because some of the stuff just you don't need to know. It's my life, not our life. But part of me does want to make it fully real to you guys. Um, so those that might know, we were in the talks of reopening again, actually for yesterday. So, um, but during those couple weeks of discussions, I was very anxious, frustrated, tense, depressed, a whole myriad of those emotions, and it skewed my mindset, and truly it did. And I could tell you that for 3 or 4 weeks it did, because I think the initial discussion happened Labor Day weekend, and from that point on, it really just kind of skewed it. And again, it's not an excuse, but it's truth. And I'm not saying this as a way of pity or of a attention seeking. I'm saying this as a way of I need to show at the same time that life does get in the way. So either way, we were doing that, and um, amongst the variety of emotions that I made too, trying to balance that mindset of trying to do what's best for the church and my ministries in the terms of public safety, public health, reopening, the cans and can'ts above it all. I was battling that mindset while also um, battling the mindset of trying to come up with creative content for the online ministry. Um, and for those that don't know, it's me. I'm the one that kind of comes up with all the ideas. Um, I've mentioned how much it's been a blessing to write actually our two core or our two youth lessons um, during this time, and it has been super fulfilling. Um, but at the same time, it's been difficult, and I'll explain more about that in a minute. But yeah, I'm a one man crew here, so I come up with the concepts, I do the writings, I do the recordings myself, I edit myself. Aside from Full Bible Focus, which is truly the first time I've had somebody else edit a video for me in the 7 months we've been doing this, um, and scheduling myself again aside from Full Bible Focus. So I've been doing all this myself, and as well as kind of, and I want to phrase kind of, um, doing the protocols and everything for my ministries have kind of come from myself. Now I have sought out wise counsel from it to help me kind of conglomerate everything together. But and at the end of the day, it was just kind of all me that was piecing everything together. And to have that strenuous mindsets kind of clashing almost for 2 or 3 weeks, I was running into a battle of very much mental fatigue that was correlating into physical fatigue. Um, and then that's kind of where it led to this past week, the week of the 28th. Excuse me. Um, so obviously during that time, during that period, I wasn't sleeping all the best because I was worried about both the reopening side of things and the ministry side of things and as a whole. So I wasn't sleeping okay. So my sleep schedule was definitely all jacked up. So I was maybe averaging like 3 to 4 hours of sleep, and still coming in working full 40 plus hours. Um, and I started on the 28th. I started writing part 4 of Kicking Anxiety Out, which you saw yesterday morning. And I had I had a couple. I had a meeting and I had a couple of like impromptu conversations that were productive, but were just time consuming. And I'm not discrediting and I'm not putting down those conversations in that meeting that I've had. I'm not doing that in the slightest. But it was just a case of time management and the amount of time it took to write um, the lessons for this, which that's the big how big of the book is, and again, it's self. I don't want to say sabotaging, but it's self-inducing. I had to cover this book in 5 weeks um, because we have the next series coming up is a big one. It's like an 11-week series, and I don't want to delay that one because that one's going to take us to January 2021 as it is. Um, so I was trying to crunch everything together. Well, for me, I had to take 70, it was like 70, 75 pages worth of material and crunch it down into a reasonable time. Am I going to say I still did that? No, as you can tell, it was a 40 plus minute video. But there was a lot of good information and a lot of stuff that I couldn't skip. So I started writing it and I just couldn't get through. And then that Monday, too, I was coming back from vacation. So I had to unpack from everything I left off, get myself organized. I wrote out my to do list. And if you saw my uh, whiteboard, you saw how chaotic it looked because there was not only all the regular ministry stuff, but it was also preparations for the upcoming Sunday or yesterday, and also a couple of the side projects I was working on. And should I have put all of that up there? Probably not, because some of it didn't need to have been done within that week. But it was stuff that needed to be done in general. Um, but benefit of hindsight. Anyways, amongst looking at the overwhelming to-do list was um, it, also just the lack of motivation. Again, I was not sleeping all that well. I was battling mental fatigue and physical tension and physical stress and all of that, and it just wasn't happening. So, but we get through Monday, and I'm exhausted. We go Monday into Tuesday, and I'm battling uh, a time crunch again. Tuesday, I got our screen ready, and I got our worship rep stuff done from the AV booth, and it was fine. I was excited for it, and I was happy with how everything turned out, and especially today when I'm recording this, which is Sunday the 4th. Um, After kind of going through that service again, there was a couple hiccups, and a lot of it was on my end, but nothing that wasn't a quick 30-second fix. So everything looked good, everything sounded good, a lot of positives to take away from it, um, and a lot of ideas to go into next week's with. So I'm happy with that. And but the downside was that took about 5 hours to put together. And in a time where you feel like you don't have enough time, 5 hours to dedicate to one project was like, oh my gosh, that was insanity. Um, but it got done. And then by the time I got that done, I hadn't had lunch yet. So I'm like, I just got it. And I had like an hour before I went home. So I was just like, I gotta just have lunch and chill. So, and it's exactly what I did. But again, I didn't work. Normally, if I don't get, if it's simple enough and I don't get it done at the office, I'll work on it when I get home. Usually I have like a 2 hour gap before I truly like quit working. And I just didn't. I was just physically just tired. And then we hit Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, and my smoke alarm goes off here, which you can see my bed in the background here. Um, Down this hallway here, and if I was on my laptop, I'd show you. But down this hallway there's a smoke alarm just on the other side of my door, and then just outside my door, there's one. Um, and then there's one. So I'm second floor, so down at the foot of the stairs is also one. And one of the three smoke alarms was going off, and had went off at 2:30 in the morning. Lucky me. Couldn't figure out why. It woke me and my sister up after some troubleshooting. It went off again, and after some more troubleshooting, we thought we had figured it out, and we remedied it and put it back on and went back to bed. And well, I couldn't go back to sleep, but 45 minutes later, it chirped again and chirped twice within 5 minutes. So we were up again and trying to figure out what it was. And it was about 4:30 before we were like, okay, we think it's done. And I was like, I gotta. I'm usually up at like 6, 7, so I was like, cool. I have about an hour to try and sleep, and I could not get comfortable. And before I knew it, it was like 7. I was like, I might as well just get up. So I was up at 7. So going into work Wednesday, I was operating on an hour and a half worth of sleep. Cool. Um, so I finally get um, our core video done on Wednesday night. Well, the script in itself was like 10 pages long. So I was like, great. Let me go through it and I'll redo it and see if I can't um, shorten it a little. I shortened it a page, but I shortened it. But it was Thursday morning by that, so the video was already late. Um, and I also had realized I never wrote Sunday School, so I quick put together Sunday School. That's why the time difference between the two videos is so drastic too. You know, the core video that came out at 9 yesterday was a 40 plus minute video, and I think the Sunday School one was like what 18 minutes, I think. Um, and I got them finally recorded, finally done, and I thought, okay. Um, I was actually planning on going live the last Friday, the 2nd, to have this conversation and as well maybe to play a game or just talk to you guys or something. And I just wasn't up to it. Plus that Friday I wasn't feeling good. Part of all the stress I dealt with was the stress eating, and Thursday was the best day of that week. I had slept finally, and I slept like 8 9 hours, so that's the best night's sleep I've gotten all month. And I was feeling good. I had the energy. That's what gave me the energy to finish the writings and record it. And I was going to edit it tomorrow, and I got stuff ready for a project that is going to be announced tomorrow. I'll talk more about that at the end of the video. Um, but Friday, just after a day of feeling good, my muscles started to detense, to kind of release a little bit, and I was feeling, the soreness of having all those muscles tense up. And amongst all that was um, the stress eating that I did kind of caught up to me, and my stomach was just like, the way I kind of put it was my stomach pretty much just rejected me being alive. Um, so I just took that day to kind of chill, and I just the work I was going to do Friday I did Saturday, and Saturday the 3rd is when I got the core video edited and scheduled, and the Sunday school video edited and scheduled, and a couple other things. Finalized the videos for Fall Bible Focus this week. Um, so that's the fullish answer as to why there was no scheduled content those 2 weeks. Um, does it answer the question, where have I been? Kind of. There's more I do want to say, but again, I'm trying to watch what I say in fears of oversharing. Because again, it's my life, it's not yours. I don't need to be fully transparent, but I want to be honest. Um, part of it, part of this thing in the last couple of weeks has just been the physical. Um, what's the word I want? The physical effects of all the stress too. Um, I have never really had a stressed period to where I felt it physically. Um, Normally, when I get like overly stressed, a lot of the side effects from it come mentally, so mental fatigue. Normally, what I notice more is my speech gets slurred, or I stumble my words a lot, and that's usually my telltale sign. But I never really had that. But what I was feeling was a lot of physical tension and the sleeplessness and the eating issues, and I was noticing that was happening more and more and more. Um, and it both kind of scared me, and both kind of made me hyper aware of everything. So um, so I was watching that. I was watching myself a little bit more closely too, and part of the reason why some of the stuff this past week was delayed was I was taking I was both taking that time to chill and also stressing because I was taking that time to chill. Because I never really worked delayed like this. Um, and people would be like, "It's your own fault. You set these deadlines. You're right." Um, but with an online with an online with a video channel like ours, um, and this comes from a guy who's watched YouTube ever since high school and follows a lot of video channels. Um, you realize that the consistency is important, and through some of the conversations I've had, I've heard very positive things about how they liked it and what it means to them and all that. And that's the kind of the dread from it all of not regularly uploading. Um, Now again, I was on vacation last week, and that was part of the reason for it too. Is um, I was a week ahead before I went on vacation, and now I was working on the week of. uh, after vacation. So I didn't have that time to fully just kind of throw stuff together and call it good. And I wasn't expecting both the level of conversations to have Monday plus how long it would take me to get the screen done Tuesday and the fatigue. Obviously I can't expect my smoke or can't plan on my smoke alarm going off 4 times throughout the night. um, but writing part 4 or week 4 of Kicking Anxiety Out took officially 4 days to write, which I have never had in any of my writings. And those that know me know I do some writings on my own personal time. I have never had a writing take intentionally 4 days. There's times where I've written and just forgot that I started it and needed to finish it, but I've never had a writing take intentionally 4 days. And part of me was just, it's hard to explain. And again, I'm trying to make sure I'm watching, not oversharing. Um, the best the best answer I could give to where have I been, um, I want to say is lost. I have kind of felt lost in this new normal that we have during this fall season. Not having core start on time, not having Sunday school start on time, not having Wednesday Night Live start on time, which would actually be this Wednesday. Um, I did not realize how much it was going to affect me mentally. And then adding that on with, again, the reopening discussions and all the stressors that come with that, plus the ministry management side of things, just the combination of that really just knocked me to the ground and had me questioning a lot of stuff. Are the videos worth it? Am I doing the right thing? What else can I do? What else should I do? What am I doing that I'm not supposed to? And the self-imposed critic was starting to become the loudest voice for me, and it was just a case that um, it got to be a lot. And again, I'm not saying this as a way to pity me, or I'm not saying that as a way that I need attention. I'm not trying to come across like that. Again, I'm trying to find this borderline of not oversharing but honesty all at the same time, and that's where it is. And like I said, and I apologize for the Friday fun stuff if it hasn't been the most entertaining to watch, because trust me, it wasn't the most entertaining to do. um, but um, above all that, and above all the negatives, let's talk about some good stuff. Um, where have I been? I've also been hardcore reevaluating. Um, and no, I'm not leaving anytime soon before any of y'all start questioning. I've been reevaluating my own goals and perspectives for our ministry. Um, Obviously, um, I've been wanting us to come back since pretty much the first week of this pandemic. But obviously, we have to make sure we do it safely and all that. And I'm trying to reevaluate, and I'm saying I'm trying because I'm still not fully um, sure about what my goals are for the ministry yet, especially entering this fall season for online ministry. Um, Obviously doing the VBS was a big goal of mine, but there's other stuff that needs to take a bigger priority role than what it is now, and there's stuff that I could do that needs to be tweaked. But it's taking the time to intentionally do it, and I just haven't had that time yet. But with some upcoming stuff kind of wrapping up, I will start to get that time finally. So again, what are some of the positives from all this? From the question, where have I been? Um, I've been planning, um, and talking and getting counseling, and I've been trying to better myself to be a better me for you. Um, I've always kind of understood the mindset of when you're watching somebody, and if they're not having fun with it, if they're not being energetic or entertaining with it, and they're not engaging with it, it's the old adage, if I'm not having fun, you're not having fun. And I've noticed, because I edit my own stuff. I've noticed that I just haven't been the same person. Um, you can tell a little bit, and this will kind of be your homework assignment. If you go back to watch, I want to say probably the first weeks of both the OP Adulting and the um, Taking Anxiety Out series, truthfully, those are two different people. Or those, between them and now, those are two different people. Um, Back then was back at the beginning of September, end of August. That person had the energy for the fall season and had the excitement for the fall season. The person that you see yesterday, that person is physically exhausted, mentally exhausted, spiritually fatigued. You name it, that person has it. And again, it's trying to find this right balance of stuff. Again, with being a one person kind of crew, it's difficult because there's so much I want to do, but again, there's one of me 24 hours in the day, and I haven't figured out, nor do I have any deal with scientists to either clone me or extend the number of hours in a day. Um, and I do overcommit, I do overwork. I mean, I do all that, but I do it for you guys. I do it for you guys. No, um, I just do it because um, I know I do it for the reason, for the kind of the same mindset I went into this time of online ministry with. Um, During this kind of chaos, unsure, who knows what tomorrow brings time, um, I always want to use my content as a way to provide positivity and hope and prayer and betterment and self fulfillment and entertainment and all that kind of stuff in a time where the world is so dark, to be that light that Jesus calls us to be. And it was hard this past month, and probably ever since I got done with Fall Bible Focus, with the recordings. So that's like the last week of August. Um, I think I burnt myself out of videos um, because the week I recorded 19 videos, I think, that week. All 15 for FBF, an update video, the opening weeks for OP Adulting and Kicking Anxiety Out, and I think the church tour video was that week too. So yeah, that sounds right. So that's 19 videos in a week, and I just burnt myself out. I think that's what it was more so, but either way, um, I lost my train of thought with all this. But yeah, I've always wanted to use my videos as this light in the darkness, like I mentioned. And during this past probably month of September, um, the videos weren't that to me. The videos were less trying to be that light and more, this is what I have to do type mentality. And it just wasn't fulfilling. Um, some were good, some weren't, and it depended on the week. Um, but I knew something was up and I knew things had to change. I just didn't have time to make the change. And the vacation the week of the 21st was kind of sudden. I had honestly planned on going on vacation this week initially, but yeah, that didn't happen. And part of the reason with the spur of the moment vacation was um, I could tell the stressors of everything was getting to me a lot, and I was like, I need to peel now, otherwise I'm going to break sometime soon. And the first half was good. The second half kind of got a little uh, chaotic, but again, that's different time, different story. But yeah, it was an interesting mindset to come out of that vacation with, because I was okay the first half of the week. I was resting and I felt pretty good, but the latter half of the week I got fixated on work stuff, and I couldn't get myself out of it. And if I did, I was back into it not that much later. So it was harder to create that separation. And then the chaos that was last week um, just wasn't good, um, mentally, physically, all that. And it made me ask that question, where have I been? And I think I have some good answers now. Um, Again, part of me wants to not put this video up, um, because I don't know. Because I don't want all the questioning and all the "are you okays" and all that. Because honestly, now, and I say this at 5 p.m. Sunday the 4th, yes, I am okay. I'm in a lot better of a place than I was during that period. Um, am I 100%? No. I think that is still maybe a week or so down the road. But as of right now, yes, I am okay. Um, I'm in a better place. Um, there's people out there that will watch this that you know who you are. Just thank you for being kind of the light for me as I'm trying to be this light for others. You guys were the light for me, um, during my dark time, and I couldn't be more appreciative of it. So thank you. And um, I am excited for what October is going to bring. There might be some bad news or some unpleasant news, I want to say. You just will have to keep unpleasant to me. It might not be that bad to you. I know it will be to some, but not to all. Um, so just kind of hang tight. Um, I'll explain it more in another video probably. Um, we'll see. Um, but I am excited for what October is going to bring. I was looking at I actually planned out my content calendar for October, and I have a lot of fun stuff actually coming up that has me excited. And some of the projects that we're launching and some other stuff I'll be researching will lead to some more fun stuff, um, that I'm excited for. And this is an excitement I haven't felt in a minute, and I'm really glad to have this motivation back because this is something that I've lost. Um, so I'm trying to decide if I want to keep this more so a sit down or more so an update video, because it's kind of both at the same time. Um, so this is Monday the 5th when you're seeing this. I don't know what time this is going up, if it's prior to or after Fall Bible Focus. Probably after. This is probably like 7-ish, I want to say. Um, this upcoming Friday, the 9th, I'm starting a stream series called Spooktober, where we, we do some random spooky stuff. Um, for example, like the 9th and the 30th, we're going to play a cute, spooky game. I don't want to give it away yet. You should have seen, if not, you will see tomorrow, the stream reminder for it. We're going to be playing Spooky's House of Jump Scares, which is an adorable, scary game. I have played it before, so I know it's okay. It's all church appropriate. There's nothing. It's there's nothing typical Halloween in it. Um, we're gonna be looking at some like church ghost stories and church haunting stuff. I think it'll be cool. I'm gonna look at some cringy stuff that spooks me. um, so we'll look at some of that too. It'll be fun. it will be fun. So look out for the Spooktober stuff because that is something I am truly looking forward to. Every Friday starting the 9th at 8 p.m. We'll probably go for a couple hours, so 8 to 10, 8 to 9:30, somewhere in that range. Um, the other cool thing that's coming up in October, aside from the project that it will launch tomorrow officially, I want to make sure that I don't say a whole lot here because I could bog down another probably 20 to 30 minutes with it, and this video is already going on long enough. So stay tuned tomorrow, probably noonish. I'll either go live or we'll do. I'll have a formal video out. I don't know yet. Um, but stay tuned for that. That'll be coming out tomorrow. But otherwise, the next cool thing we're doing is our new series for the word. Like I said, this Wednesday we're wrapping up Kicking Anxiety Out. I actually just finished writing that before I recorded it, and it'll be another longer one too. That I'm thinking that one might be closer to an hour, but um, we'll see. We'll see what I can do in the editing process. Um, but that one will be good too. I'm excited for that. But after that, we're starting a series that I'm calling Truth or Dare Revisited, and this is kind of be a again. This is a cooler series, probably more so for me, because it's an older series we've done, and when I say older, it's been probably 4 years that since I first taught that series, and knowing what I know now compared to what I knew then, is so big that I'm excited to see where this route of teaching that this series will come. So, and this is the big 11-week series that I talked about earlier. Um, so it just talks about truth and morality and values and ethics and all that and stuff I like because I love philosophy too. Um, and I love the concept. I love talking about it. And first 5 weeks we kind of talk about what is truth and what is morals and what are ethics and all that kind of stuff. And then after the last 6 weeks, we talk about the truth of like social media, the truth of money, the truth of the news, the truth of stuff like that. Um, it's just a good series through and through. Um, and I'm excited for that. We wrap up OP Adulting too. Children's Time is back this upcoming Sunday. It'll be good to get back to that because I have missed it. It's a little new. It's a little different. It's a little uncomfortable just with all the new stuff because there's a lot more new stuff to it than the Deep Blue stuff was. But over time, I've only done two, so I can't question it a whole lot. Um, but there's a lot of cool stuff coming up for October and November. Um, there might be some changes to the content scheduling depending on how things go. The main thing right now is I might go down to one youth lesson a week for right now until um, until either I don't know I might not. Just you'll have to stay tuned for that. I don't know yet. Um, we'll just have to kind of wait and see. But that should be the only change for this month. It'll kind of be a wait and see type feeling because it is just fully going to depend on me. I will say we definitely will finish OP Adulting first, and then we'll kind of see. So actually, this month we'll have Sunday Core Crew Sunday School because we don't finish that series until November, the first Sunday in November. I want to say no, November 1st. Um, so stay tuned for that. So to finally answer the question, where have I been? I'm back. I'm back. Um, Again, it's still not 100. I'm still not 100%. I'm better than what I was, but it's always an ever learning, ever improving um, mindset that we learn. So thank you for listening to me ramble for these past 40 minutes. Um, yeah, I don't. There's more I could say, but I think I've covered everything I wanted to. So, so yeah. So, again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all of those that have supported me and what I've been able to do for our ministry. And I encourage you to not only send me some love, but send our kids the same type of love too. They put up with me more so than you guys do, and I say they feel more of the stress side of things than I do, so or than you guys do for me. So send them some prayers, send them some love too. They deserve it. They've been true troopers through all this, and yeah. So just stay tuned for whatever comes next. Again, we wrap up Kicking Anxiety Out this upcoming Wednesday. The first Spooktober stream will come this Friday at 8. Don't forget, if you see the stream flying around Facebook, click the get reminder icon. That helps you get notified for when I go live. Um, Stay tuned too for Children's Time, the return to Children's Time, this upcoming Sunday, the 11th at 9, with Corker Sunday School, the continuation of OP Adulting coming out at 9:30, and then service at 10:30. I will be in the church. I run the AV stuff, and come say hi. That's all I can say. And I'll be live in the chat as well, so that way you kind of get me both ways. You can't get rid of me that easily. So, but otherwise, yes, I think that's answered the question. I know I've kind of rambled on, but I love that's the one thing I love about these sit downs is it just kind of gives me the ability to talk to you guys and to talk about what's been up here in a way that helps and kind of is honest with you. And oh, part of the part of what I've also wanted to say too, and I promise this will be my final point. Um, Part of what I wanted to say too is I apologize for not communicating. Um, other than our FBF videos, our Facebook page has been so quiet, and that is on me. I should have done a better job at communicating out to you to say, hey, videos won't be going up for X reason, um, because it's not fair to you, and it's not fair to those that expect it and want it and need it and don't see it. Um, so I want to make sure that I will get better at it. I have a kind of plan to fix that for the future. We will see kind of where it goes. That part of the plan, I don't want to talk about it yet, but part of the plan that will hopefully will fix it will come out this month, if not, uh, hopefully first half in November, somewhere in that range. So we will see though. Again, it'll be a time management thing and gonna take us from there. So, but again, apologies for not communicating. I'm okay now. Um, Regular content will be back this week. Never fear. So, thank you again for everything. Stay tuned for whatever comes next. And as always, stay blessed.